Bolshoi itself means big, and really Bolshoi is one of the biggest company one can imagine in the world. Right now, our staff is like 3,100 people. We have ballet, we have opera soloists. In ballet, we have corps de ballet and soloists as well. We have orchestra, we have choir, and we have extras who are also member of the house, and all the technical service and all the people who help to maintain the house. The glory of the Bolshoi Theatre goes very much together with the Soviet time in a sense. Because if you count how many, for example, different country leaders were here in the Tsar's box in 20th century, it was more than 170 leaders of different countries. So really Bolshoi in 20th century became a symbol of Russian culture and of Russian human face, let's say, because it's not by chance that after the Second World War, Bolshoi was the first company to travel abroad. Bolshoi got these 12 embroidery panels from France, which you can see in the big Imperator foyer. And if you look on these panels, somewhere you see this part of these panels are brighter because all these double-head eagles, for example, in Soviet time were cut away with scissors and some flowers were weaved instead. Now we cutted flowers and we weaved again these symbols and we put them back.
During the ceremony marking the end of the restoration period, President Medvedev at the time, who was president at the time, noted that the Bolshoi is probably the greatest Russian brand. And I think that's truly the case. When you talk to Westerners, Americans or Western Europeans, when they think of Russia and they think of what is quality and what is wonderful about Russia, I think one of the first things that comes to mind is the Bolshoi Theatre.
Ballet school comes from the Moscow Acting School, which is also one of the oldest in the country. And what was interesting in the Moscow school, that if in St. Petersburg they divided it quite earlier, so people who were acting had one schooling and people who had dance, they didn't have these acting classes included in their program. Here in Moscow school it always went hand by hand. So till 20th century they preserved this tradition of acting, and that's why when people ask me sometimes to compare the Mariinsky style and Bolshoi style on stage, it's really much more vivid, and when you have some character parts in the ballet, Bolshoi people are really masters to perform small roles and characters, so Moscow way of acting is much more outbursting. Bolshoi became a pride of Russian nation, and I hope will stay like this.